Goodwill is really busy today, so I can't quite believe that this piece is just sitting on the shelf here. It just goes to show that thrifting is a treasure hunt, and not everybody is looking for the same treasure.
Hello everyone, it's Tiffany with Thrifting Vegas. I shop at thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales and discount stores for items I can resell for profit on online platforms like eBay, Poshmark and OfferUp.
It's Tuesday afternoon in Las Vegas, about 105 outside, towards the end of August we are. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and in my last video I got severely told off by a number of you for not picking up some beautiful stitchery, some cross stitch I believe they were. So we are headed back to that same Goodwill to see if by any chance those pieces of cross stitch are still there. There were 2 large pieces, a bird, some birds on a bird cage, and some, I believe they were houses, and then there was a little desk, a smaller one of a desk. So we will see if those are still there. Fingers crossed. We'll be there in about 5 minutes. See you there. One of my subscribers correctly pointed out that it's not necessarily what I like when I'm shopping, but it's what my subscribers and customers like. And you're absolutely correct about that. Although with artwork, it takes up so much room that I like to purchase pieces that I would put on my own walls and that match my decor, because in the event that I have them a long time or I'm stuck with them, they're not taking up storage room. Instead, I am enjoying them in my home. Here we are at the same Goodwill. Let's go in and see what they have. Let's go thrifting. We will grab our cart. This Goodwill doesn't like you to bring in any extra bags. In fact, they ask you to check them in at the counter. So I don't have my Thrifting Vegas blanket and reusable bags today. The first thing we are going to do is make our way down this aisle and just have a quick peek at the artwork to see if by any chance those cross stitches that I missed are still there. They set up their artwork quite nicely here. They are very accessible, and I think I see what I'm looking for. Yes, here it is, the gorgeous crossed stitch piece with these lovely little birds on a bird cage with some blossoms and flowers. Let's pop that in the cart. What's this? This looks like a piece of a quilt. I'm trying to work out whether this is hand done or machine done. It does look hand done. It's $5.99. The frame is a bit worse for wear. Let's see if I can find that second cross stitch with the houses on it. I don't see that one, so I'm thinking that somebody else is enjoying that one. Let's have a flip through while we're here, looking for anything vintage, any original oils or watercolors. Let's take a look over here. It's a mirror. Lots and lots of different art, really something for everybody over here. Here they come with a brand new cart of treasures, And I see the third piece that I was looking for. It's up here, actually, right where I left it, where I found it last time. I'm going to reach up on my tippy toes. I could use to be just about an inch taller than I am. There we are, the little desk that says welcome on its own cross stitch on the wall there. Lovely piece, nicely framed, $4.99. Mission almost accomplished. Here we are in the candles and the candle holders, having a look. Oh, look at this piece. The center is a cobalt blue piece of glass with a moon on it, and it's surrounded by metal points that form a star. It's $4.99. Let's definitely pop that in the cart. Here's a vintage candle holder, not ever so interesting. Possibly Heisey, but I'm not sure about that. Some little draped glass holders. They are modern, very lightweight. Oh, these are fun. These are vintage little genie lamp, oil lamps. I'm a little confused as to why one has a milk glass shade and one has a clear glass shade. That is quite interesting. They are $4.99, but I think that I am going to grab those. They are really lovely. It would be super with some oil in them and the wick lit. There's a third one of those. Let's pop that with its friends. Oh, look at this pineapple. I absolutely love this. It's metal and it's got some bling to it. Let's pop that in the cart as well. I think that might be a trinket box. It's a double-sided little plaque. It's an elephant. He is quite lightweight, not ever such good quality. This is a Vegas Raiders giveaway. Some figurines here. Some rabbits. This is a salt and pepper shaker set. These are quite fun. Unfortunately, they do have chipped ears, both of those. That looks like a bigger shaker, possibly for powdered sugar, I'm not sure. Oh, this looks like a quarry critters. I have never seen a quarry critters within a piece of ceramic like that. Let's see if we can peel the label and have a peek to see what it says. Yep, I see the quarry critters mark there. It's only $3. Little puppy in a plane with a heart on it that says "Be Mine." He's absolutely lovely. Let's see what else they have. It's a little Japanese tray there. That's not ever so exciting. Look at these. Really sweet little bunny salt and peppers, and I think they're ever so old. They even have their little cork stoppers in the bottom. Kearney, Nebraska. Let's pop those in the cart too. Some coasters. Here's a little vase with bunnies. Not familiar with this piece. Let's see if we can have a look, see what that says. Carefully peel the label. It says made in China. We'll leave that. It's a broken mug. There's a little resin dragon here. Looks like an apple bookend. Lots of plaques We're moving into the plates here. Some really pretty irises. Oh, you have to be really careful of these plate hangers because they have a tendency to chip the plates on the edge there. If you're enjoying the video, it would mean the world to me if you could give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below, and subscribe to my channel with the little red button in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Here's a little box with a china set in it. I had one of these as a little girl, made in Japan. Oh, look at this. This is a Byron mold piece. It's a church. And I love it because it's never been painted or glazed. It's just the raw ceramic. I could use a touch-up with a magic eraser, but let's definitely pop that in our cart. I am over here in the Christmas section and I have spotted these two adorable little white cats. I think they're otagiri. They're really fine china. Oh, and look, behind them is another mold piece. It's a Christmas tree napkin ring. It's absolutely lovely, and the cats look really fun sitting in front of it. This is a nice piece too. It's a little candle holder. It's ceramic on wood. I really like that. We are in the baskets. Here is a coil basket. It's possibly Southwestern. Unfortunately, a bit broken and worse for wear, so we'll leave it. A wooden box. Lots of shelves and storage. Tray. Oh, look at this cute little house. Definitely vintage. It's made of wood. The doorway looks like a keyhole. It would be lovely with a little figure standing in the doorway, wouldn't it? It's only $3. Here is a leaf. Just a mass-produced $8 leaf. Let's put our little house in the cart. Lots of letters, baskets. Here's a nativity stable. It's a little cutting board, quite modern. We are in the vases and florals, and I have spotted this gorgeous piece. Look at that drip glaze stripe on there with the peach. It's $3. Almost looks like a Fulpa piece. Oh, look, inside I am seeing what looks like a crack all the way around, although it's not visible at all from the outside. It may have happened in the firing process. And look, way at the back there, it's a cow with a little bird on his back. Oh, it's a bank. Look at that face. He's amazing. Let's see. What does that say? $5. I think it says Douglas. A Douglas bank. He is absolutely fantastic. Let's find a spot for him in our cart. We'll keep going. Here's another little pot. Not quite the same quality. This aisle is a little bit busy, so I'm having to make sure I don't get anybody else in the picture. This is a very lightweight and rather chipped home goods piece. Over here is a little Greek pot. It says made in Cyprus. It's absolutely lovely. I love the shape and the hand painting on that. So let's take that with us. Here is a humongous lucky bamboo elephant planter. It's really, really heavy. I love his glaze though. Little candle holders here. This cobalt vase has a big chip on the side. Here is a nice piece of art glass. It's probably a Chinese piece, not ever such good quality. Nevertheless, a nice piece. However, it is $10. So I am going to leave that for someone else. Goodwill is really busy today, so I can't quite believe that this piece is just sitting on the shelf here. It just goes to show that thrifting is a treasure hunt, and not everybody is looking for the same treasure. It's only $4, so that's a definite yes. I'm going to pop it down here because way at the back is a gorgeous ribbed peach lusterware vase. I think this is an anchor hocking piece, but I'm not really sure of its value. I think what I'll have to do is open up my eBay app on my phone and check the sold listings to see if I can figure out what its current value is. Let's put both of these in our cart. We'll keep going in the vases to make sure we don't miss anything. Some of these pieces we already saw in the last video. They're still here. Ooh, this looks a bit like Anchor Hocking Lido Milano, but it's a floral piece with a barcode, as is this one. Quite lightweight, thin glass. Ooh, these are fun. They almost look like they should be orange with little pumpkin stalk lids, don't they? I think they are project pieces, quite modern, even though they do have a mid-century look. Into the clear glass. This is a smoky color, again, a modern florist piece. Lots and lots of clear. There's a candlestick. Not seeing anything else here. So we're here in the metal section, having a look. This little hurricane shade. I'm always checking these metal creamers just in case someone let a solid silver piece slip through. Oh, this is interesting. This looks like an advertising piece. It is nickel silver. It doesn't have much actual value, but as a hotel souvenir piece, it's very interesting to me. We will pop that in the cart. And once you find one hotel souvenir piece, it's very likely that there are going to be more. So we will carefully keep looking through these shelves to see what we can find. Here's a little mini bunt pan. Lots of racks, sconces and candle holders. Here's a little pocket. Shelves. It's a stocking holder. I think that's just made to look old. It's really, really heavy. More metals, a couple of mugs snuck in here. Ooh, look at this. This is a new tower opening, 1984. John Aswager's Golden Nugget. This is a great Vegas souvenir piece. I'm definitely going to take that. I don't think it's silver, probably just plated, but again, the subject matter is what is important. There's a piece of wall art with flowers, more racks, some baskets, into the colored metals. Oh, look at this tray. This is so vintage. 3 little cats. Unfortunately, it's really, really dented and scratched. Really rough shape. I am going to leave that one. Some tins. Little hurricane lantern. More sconces. That little tennis bookend is still there. These are some gold colored wall art and some planters. Here we are in the kitcheny bits, and this is a lovely Anchor Hocking Wexford salt and pepper shaker set. Only about a $10 item. It's worth a little bit more in the original box. This looks like an English piece. I'm not familiar with this brand. Quite pretty. It's only $3. Let's pop it in the cart and check it on eBay. Ooh, look at this. This is a gorgeous piece of vintage redware. It looks like a hand-thrown mug. We will definitely grab that. And there's another similar piece down here. It looks like somebody has donated their collection to Goodwill. So I am going to carefully look through to see if there are any more similar pottery mugs here. These are gorgeous. They would look lovely in a little grouping with some flowers in them. Ideally, we want one more, because when you're creating a display, things look really nice when they're put in threes. Especially if they're different heights, it just creates interest and a nice focal point. I'm lifting things up, having a look. Let's put that there so it doesn't fall. So many things to see. Oh, this is a pretty piece. I know this is Better Homes and Gardens. It's their birdhouse pattern. It's only $4. I believe it is a utensil holder, but it could be used as a vase or a planter. So we will pop that down there in our cart. Let's see what else we can find. Here is a vintage ashtray, Las Vegas MGM Grand, the Lion. $2, unfortunately only worth about 8 to 10, I think. I am going to pop it in the cart and check eBay solds. This is the dip bowl to an Anchor Hocking chip and dip set. Beautiful color. Unfortunately, I am seeing a chip on the rim there. Oh, I am so sad to have to leave that. I love this style. Let's keep going. A couple of creamers here. This is Treasure Craft Mirage. Oh, and it too has a chip on the spout. We will leave that. Some bowls back here. Little Teddy teapot collection, gift teapot, very lightweight, not good quality. Those types chip really, really easily. Again, lightweight pieces here, cheaply made. This is a vintage FTD vase, not ever such good resale value. Oh, this is beautiful. It's a teapot, it looks German. Bavaria, and unfortunately without its lid it doesn't have much resale value, although these do make quite a nice vase or planter. This looks like Fire and Light, but the giveaway barcode and uneven bowl of the ashtray tells me to leave it on the shelf. The Gibson candy dish, not good resale. Oh, look how fun these are. Rainbow striped salt and pepper shakers. They're a good size. Great condition, no damage, only $3. Really, really fun. Let's pop these in the cart. There's a perfect little spot there. There we go. Let's see. Here is a Marcrest lidded pot. It's quite heavy. Let me lift that up so you can see. Oops, I have to adjust it. There we go. Marcrest oven-proof stoneware. Lovely, lovely piece. Unfortunately, these are really slow sellers for me. I might pick it up if I had a booth, but I don't at the moment. Oh, look at these. Little pair of maybe stainless steel, possibly silver plated salt and peppers. Only $1 each. We'll take those. This is a little vintage bowl. Let's see if it's original Melmac. It is. It's original Melmac, but again, on its own, I don't think it has much value, just the one piece, but we will pop it in the cart and have a look on eBay. See if we can see if a single is worth picking up. These are made in China canisters. I'm not sure those lids actually go to those, or they're upside down. Interesting. Take our bowl and our salt and peppers. Lift this up to check underneath. You never know what is hiding. It's a little oil carafe. Some amber glass. Soup tureen. This is a Queen Anne plate. They want $7 for it. Again, I just don't think I want to mess with it. The gold is a bit worn. And I have plenty in my cart today, so I am going to leave that one for somebody else. More bowls. This is quite a fun pasta bowl here. It's a nice piece. All the different pastas around. I think this is a piece from the cellar. Do quite like that. I just don't need it. Lots of crystal, jars, canisters. There's a decanter there. This is pretty. It needs its lid though. Little beehive canister. Little vintage dressing jars. Here is a dome for a cheese board. Sunday glasses, some nesting bowls here, a little decanter stopper, and a syrup jug. This is a Princess House frosted canister. That's beautiful. And another vintage ashtray. This one's the Rio Hotel. I always like to check in travel tumblers and plastics because you never know. And this time someone appears to have changed their mind and dropped off a couple of lovely pieces. Look at this little bird shaker for $2 and a gorgeous single serve teapot here. It's hand painted, lovely shape, only $3. I'm definitely going to take these. Let's pop them in our cart. I'm in the dishes and plates and I notice this little project piece butterfly ashtray. Unfortunately, it's chipped on the corner, so we'll leave that. Down here is another vintage pottery mug. This absolutely matches the two I already have in my cart. What a great find. This is the crafting aisle. I'm seeing a little bag of bees here, which are quite fun for 99 cents. But over here is what caught my eye. This is a whole entire tin of vintage buttons. Look at these. I can tell that some of these paper backers really have some age to them, especially the sportswear one and the red one with the tiny little buttons here. Look at that. So much history in these tins. This one is full of threads and lace. And back here is one with pins and needles and some tape in there, more lace. These are amazing. Some of these buttons can be worth quite a bit of money. I wonder how many are in here. Let's absolutely get this down on the bottom of our cart. It's $9, but I am willing to bet that it's more than worth it. My cart is very, very full. Perhaps we should wrap things up. This is the furniture section, and I just noticed this amazing table over here. It is in rough shape, what they call a pie crust table because of the edge on it. It might be walnut. What does it say here? Pie crust table. It's only $15. It's absolutely filthy, really rough. But look at the way it's made. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous antique piece. I don't think I can possibly leave this behind. So here we go. Let's do it. Let's keep walking just to see what else they have here. Some more end tables. These are obviously much more modern. Here's a chessboard over here. That's quite interesting. It's got somebody's monogram there. It's a nice piece though. This clock is definitely modern. I love the look of it, but it's just made to look old. Some modern mechanism in there. do have a nice lot of furniture in here. You just open this drawer up so it can show you how modern it is. You can tell by the finish, not dovetailed or anything. All sorts of different pieces. Here's quite a fun little cubby. We are here in the lamps and lighting, and I have spotted a gorgeous little floral piece. It's flowers in a watering can. Unfortunately, there is some major damage here. There are petals missing, leaves missing. The plug looks like it's from the 1950s. They want $8 for it, and I am really torn. It's such a gorgeous piece, but that damage is pretty severe. Petals missing, leaves missing, flowers missing. What a shame. I think I am going to have to leave it. See what else they have. Here is a little light up doll. Let's take a look at her plug. She is quite modern, and she has some feathers missing on her wing there. Little angel wing. So we will leave her as well. Not seeing anything else. Oh, this is fun. Definitely a reproduction. But wow, Hollywood Regency with a barcode. One last stop off. We're in the purse section. This is a fake snake. Oh, look at this. This looks like Laura Ashley. Let's have a look. It is. It's a Laura Ashley little tote bag. It seems to be in relatively good condition. I love the purple and the pink, the little flowers and the polka dots. Really pretty little bag. We'll take that. Let's have a quick peek to see if there's anything else. Looking for anything vintage, old leather, anything unusual like a seat belt purse or a pop-top purse. This doctor's bag isn't real leather, it's a reproduction. Beaded purses, only the old ones are valuable. Well, here we are, our vintage pie crust table, made at home safely. It is in rough shape, as you can see, absolutely filthy. I can't even tell what the surface finish is like. Let's get it inside and take a better look. Our table is safely inside. As you can see, it is in rough shape. It's absolutely filthy. It's got all kinds of crusties and drips on it. Look at that layer of dust. I'm really not sure to what extent this can be salvaged, but even if the finish is too far gone, worst case scenario, it could actually be painted. Stay tuned for a future video. I will show you how it cleaned up and what I decide to do with it. I think I mentioned in the Goodwill that I've never actually seen a quarry critters that is attached to a piece of ceramic like this. Let's see. There's the quarry critters mark. It's called Be Mine, number 50150. I paid $3 for it, and I am going to ask $25. Here we have the beautiful little single shaker I found in the plastics aisle. It's a little bird, definitely has some age to it, made in Japan. It doesn't have its cork or stopper, but these are absolutely perfect to use to display hat pins. You just poke the little pins through the holes and they stand up beautifully. I paid $1.99 for it. I'm going to ask $15. Here we have possibly antique pieces here. They're not marked, but the tops of them really show some age. They're salt and pepper shakers. I paid 99 cents a piece for them. Again, I am going to ask $15. One more vintage set of salt and peppers. These are little bunnies. They are marked Kearney, Nebraska. These do have their stoppers, little wooden stoppers, one in each. I just love the bunny faces, and if you don't want to see the Kearney, Nebraska, they are double-sided, so you could just turn them around like so to display. Really beautiful. Lovely wooden pieces. They could use a bit of a clean. I paid $1.99 for them. Again, $15 for the pair. I absolutely love this pineapple. I do want to point out that the paint on some of the leaves has some cracking where they've been bent a little bit, but I don't think that takes away from this piece. It's absolutely lovely. Trinket box. It appears to be ceramic under the gold, and the detail is amazing. It even has these little polka dots in the middle to look like a real pineapple. You can see here there is a bit of damage to the enamel, but it's a lovely, lovely piece. Really good size. I paid $4 for it, and I'm going to ask $25. I have never found a tin of buttons with this much variety and age. I do want to show you this particular set here. Obviously really, really old. Just gorgeous. These ones here are made in the USA, and I can't even begin to imagine what's under there. It's really quite heavy. I paid $9 for it, and I am going to have to consult with my crafting friends who are very knowledgeable on these things. I just don't know what to ask for the whole tin, or whether it's better to go through and see what's there, although I really don't know what I'm looking for. But do, if you have interest in these, drop me an email. Either make me an offer or give me some insight into when you think these were made. Show you the top of the tin here. Looks like definitely a vintage tin as well. Somebody has labeled it buttons. But my email is thriftingvegas.tiffany@gmail.com, and I would be very grateful if anyone can give me some insight into the value or age of this lovely lot. Back here we have a cow bank. He has a little bird on his leg. Look at that face, he's absolutely amazing. He is marked Douglas on the bottom. His stopper is intact. I paid $5 for him. I'm not really sure why the money slot is plastic like that. It's very unusual. I've not seen one like that before, unless he does something special when you put a coin in. Let's try. No. Maybe he is just made that way. I paid $5 for him, and I am going to ask $30. Back here we have our beautiful Laura Ashley little tote bag. There is the label. It's got a zipper pocket there and one on the other side. Not really sure what this little popper is for, but it does have expandable poppers on the edges here. You can undo those or do them up. It is in relatively nice shape. It does have a couple of spots on the inside which I will sponge. Very pretty colors. I paid $6 for it, and I am going to ask $30. Over here we have our lovely little cross-stitch piece of an office desk. It has a vintage lamp and books, a pen and quill. The desk has a handle and lock, and it has its own little cross-stitch that says welcome with a little house. There's the back, obviously vintage, very nicely made. A lot of work went into that. I paid $5 for it. I am going to ask $20. On that same note, here is our beautiful Bird and Blossoms birdhouse piece that many of you requested. Again, so much detail, lots and lots of work into this gorgeous piece. I paid $8 for it, and I am going to ask $40. Here we have an antique picture It says the Concord on it. I would guess it is an advertising piece for a hotel. It is nickel silver. Let's see what this says under here. Wear bright nickel silver. It would definitely clean up to a beautiful shine. I paid $8 for it. I am going to ask $35. I love these two little hurricane oil lamps, and they look absolutely stunning in front of this cross stitch with the similar flowers. They're lovely. One has a milk glass shade, the other has a clear glass. The milk one appears to have the wick down in there. Obviously the clear one does not have a wick, but there is no damage to these. They're really beautiful, not marked at all. I paid $5 a piece for them. I am going to ask $20 a piece. Hi, Ziggy. Next we have our lovely little single serve teapot. I just love the shape of the spout and the hand painted pink. It's not marked. I paid $3 for it, and I am going to ask $25. This is a Byron mold church. It hasn't been painted or glazed. It's in its original condition. It does have some grime on it, but I'm sure that will clean up with a magic eraser. Byron molds, 1979 is the date. I paid $7 for it. I am going to ask $30. How about this little vintage wooden house? It's absolutely lovely. Now, I'm not sure whether it's intended as a hummingbird house. The little door is the shape of a keyhole. It's all wood and it's nailed together. It's just adorable. I paid $2.99 for it. I'm going to ask $18. And it would actually also be fun as a little display for a little fellow like this. I found this guy last week. He is $12. Over here we have our trio of redware and pottery mugs. They all look very, very similar. Just a ready-made display. Really, really super. You could actually rise one up and it would look nice on a pile of books or a stand like this. You can put flowers in them or some greenery. Just love the hand-painted designs. Just stunning. Really beautiful. I believe I paid $2 a piece for these. And I am going to ask $18 a piece. This is a hand-painted and etched vase from Cyprus. It is marked on the bottom, handmade Cyprus. I believe it says Venus on the bottom, possibly the artist. It's just a very, very classic piece, nicely done. I paid $2.99 for it. I'm going to ask $18. I'm not sure of the origin of this piece, but I do know it is a beautiful drip glaze. So many colours in that glaze there, in the drip. Greens with a little bit of pink and red. The background is a peach fading into a natural colour. It's not marked on the bottom, curiously. I do want to point out that inside is a crack, and it appears to be just on the glaze inside because it doesn't show at all on the outside in any way. I paid $2.99 for it, and I am going to ask $25. This is my beautiful vintage Mexican pottery piece. It's absolutely stunning. Really classic old colors, slightly burnished, just glossy and polished. Paid $4 for it, and I am going to keep this for just a while. I will actually take it downstairs and add it to my little display and show you where I'm going to put it. This is a Better Homes and Gardens piece. I believe the pattern is Birdhouse. Gorgeous, gorgeous colours. It's marked Better Homes and Gardens. I think it's 1995, possibly. It could be either a utensil holder or a vase or planter. $4. I'm going to ask $20. In front here, we have this little candle holder. I'm not sure it's ever so old, just made to look that way, but we have some crazed ceramic on top, and the base is wood. You could put a fancy little tea light or a votive in it, just for an antique look. Add some interest to your candle. I paid $1.99 for it. I am going to ask $15. I just love the fun stripes of this salt and pepper shaker, and I love the size. A little bit oversized, which means you don't have to fill them as often. They have their original stoppers. They look like they're still full actually. I will obviously clean them out for you before I ship them. I paid $3 for these. I am going to ask $18. In front here we have our gorgeous cobalt moon. If I hold it up to my window here, you can see how the light shines through. If you put a little hanger on it, it will be gorgeous as a sun catcher. The outside prongs, spokes are metal in the shape of a star. They have little flowers etched onto them. Just a lovely piece, really quite boho and fun. I paid $5 for it. I am going to ask $20. Last but not least, we have this piece, which is quite a mystery. I haven't been able to find any others like it. It says grand opening Hotel Tower, December 1984, John Ascuaga's Nugget, which is the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas. It's not marked on the bottom. It used to have a sticker which has since faded. I would guess it's silver plate. I paid 99 cents for it, and I am going to probably put this on auction on eBay. I said last but not least, but I skipped over my two little beautiful Otagiri cats here, and they are in front of this single napkin holder Christmas tree. As you know, I love little cat figurines. I don't know if you had a chance to see my reveal of my vintage curio cabinet I found in Yermo, California at the wonderful Thrift and More antique shop. But I think together we will take these downstairs along with my Mexican pottery and add them to my display. Thank you so much for watching. If you see anything you're interested in, please send me an email, thriftingvegas.tiffany@gmail.com. Please include your name, your mailing address, the item you're interested in, and the price I quoted. And I will see you next time. Bye! I want to show you my little Mexican pottery corner. You may have seen me thrift this railway car chime. I mounted it on the wall and it serves to call my family for dinner time. I found this piece at Dog Junkies several months ago. I absolutely love it. Gorgeous bird on there, the classic colors which my new little pot match exactly. The grays with the reds and the pinks. Look how lovely they go together. I have some poppies here in the vase with a selection of tonala pieces with a little bit of brass for interest. We have some Ken Edwards here, a little ashtray. This is another old tonala piece. I'm going to pop this just here. And this gives a lovely finishing touch to my display. Here is my beautiful antique curio cabinet. And I think we can find a spot for these two little loves. You might have seen in my previous reveal, my cats up here, my little brass cat family down on the next shelf, and I think there is room for these two in between my gorgeous custard glass and the brass cats. Right here, little Otagiri China cats. So sweet. There we go. Welcome home. I love them. Bear's favorite game is playing with 3 of these rubber balls. You ready? fluffy. It's a bit cloudy today. I think we're going to get some rain this morning. There, let's get the ball. Come on. You can't get 3 in your mouth. Leave it. Leave it.